Welcome to the second part of complex numbers. This is Unzadani. So here we are going to talk about the rules for radicals. So we have what we call product rule. Product rule for radicals. So the product rule for radicals is like this. Let's write this radical here. So we have n here, which is any number. Then we have a multiplied by b. So this is just the same ways. This one, then n here, a, then you multiply it by the other one here. You write n here, then b. And this a and b here, they should just be positive numbers. Where a and b are positive numbers. So that's what you consider. A and B, they have to be positive numbers, not negative numbers. So for example, let's have this one. For example, let's use a yellow color here. So for example, let's say we have 3 multiplied by 5. So this is the same as 3 then 5 here. So we are going to have 3 times 5, which will give us 15. So this for this one here. So let's say this is example 1. Then the other one, let's say this is example 2. Then you are given this one here, -6. Then you multiply it by -15. So here you are going to use the fact that, because we need to know that when you have this one here, so this I here is the same as -1 here. So that's what you need to consider here. So where you have -6 here, That means that you had an I. So you have I here. So it's more like it was like this. That is the let's say -1, then you multiply it by 6. -1 here. Then here you also have -1, then you multiply it by 15. So we are going to say we remove the I. So we are going to say I multiplied by, we leave the 6 inside here, then multiplied by another I here, then we leave the 15 inside here. And the next thing you're going to do, you're going to have I times I, you're going to have I squared, then here you're going to have 6 multiplied by 15. So here you are going to have -1, then inside 6 times 15 will give you 90. So after that you are going to say negative -1 here outside here, then inside you're going to say 10 multiplied by 9, which is the same as 90. Then you're going to remove this one here, the square root of 9. So the square root of 9 will be 3. Then 3 times this -1, you're going to have, okay, let's write it here, elaborate, where you have 9 here, then you have 10 here. So here you're going to have -1 by 3, then you have 10. So you're going to have -3, then inside 10. So that's how you solve that question here there. So there's also what we call the quotient rule. So you just do the way like the product rule for the quotient rule. So for the quotient rule, so the quotient rule will just be like this. You have n, then you have a over b. So this is the same as n here, then you have a, then you divide by n, then you have a b here. So for example, you have square root of, that is the 9 divided by 5. So this one will just be square root of 9 on top divided by square root of 5. So you're going to have 3 divided by this 5 here. So that's all for this one here. So let's look at the next thing, which we're going to call the modulus of a function. So modulus of a number. So this can be, so the modulus of a number is just written like this. Then we have r here. So this is the modulus of a number. So this just means r. So this just means that we're going to have, you have r here, and this means that this r is greater than or equal to 0. But when you have negative r here, that means r is less than 0. So you see, that's how you find the absolute value. Let's do an example. So example, you have a 5 here. So the absolute value of this 5 here will just be the 5 number without any sign. So another one we are going to have, just like you have a 3. So the absolute value of 3 will just be 3, as you can see. So that's all for absolute numbers. Watch out for the next video, which will just be on binary operation. Thank you for watching the video.